Well, happy Saturday, y'all. Was just sitting here thinking. I know tomorrow is the Super Bowl, so just gonna tell y'all one of my favorite Super Bowl memories. Well, y'all should already know is the Ravens and the 49ers. Woo wee! That Super Bowl was insane. I still remember a whole lot from that. I know I had to work. I know I got off like around 4:30, or I think it was 4. I ordered some pizza. It was fun. I mean, I was able to watch the whole game and everything. I really enjoyed myself. It was so good. Some of the things that was wild was during the halftime show. I think Beyonce was performing and the lights went out and I was like, what's going on? I mean, Ravens, we was up and, you know, things was just different. So, right after the half, the 49ers, they was coming back. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like, here they come. I was sitting there. I know me and mother, we was sitting there watching it. I was like, man, 49ers, they coming back. But, it kept going back and forth, back and forth. Joe Flacco was doing his thing, boy. Flacco was doing his thing up on there. And I was like, all right, Flacco, you got to do it. But we all know how it ended. And, man, Colin Kaepernick, at the time, he was good. He was throwing it to Vernon Davis. And, he had other good parts. And 49ers defense was good and everything. But, man, I really missed that, though. I really do. I was like, yo, that's my Super Bowl memory. The Ravens, 49ers. Then, of course, the Super Bowl parade. I remember going down there and everything. And Ray Lewis, Joe Flacco, all of them was down there. I mean, it was a lot of people down in downtown Baltimore for it. And I was like, man, that was a good memory. I mean, it seemed like that brought a lot of people together, too. Because when they won, the Ravens Stadium was going crazy. All downtown was packed. You couldn't even go anywhere. I mean, it was packed all downtown, everywhere. I know all the restaurants, the bars, all that stuff was packed. So that's why I said, making the Super Bowl, it makes a lot of money for the city and all like that. And Joe Flacco won the MVP. They gave him a car, and he couldn't believe it, and it was on a paper. It was Ray Lewis' last ride, and I think that was the last game for Ed Reed and Terrell Suggs. Oh man, I missed that. I mean, I was just like, yo, man, it was a good memory. It was. I mean, and then of course, to go to work the next day, and I think one of my coworkers, I think he was a father. Like, look, like Ravens. Why I came in there with the all Ravens gear, boy. I was like Super Bowl champ. Hey, Super Bowl champ. I was like, I didn't even feel like working that day. Came in there with all purple, like the champ is here. The champ is here. I was like, man, woo. That's one of my favorite Super Bowls, so it is. I mean, it's just the thrill. It is. It's the thrill of it, And before that, the Ravens had to beat the Patriots, Denver. They was the team. Patriots, Denver, crazy. But it's just like getting there, and then just the Ravens was on the news. They was everywhere. ESPN, the news, everywhere. I don't recall, you know what? I really don't recall Stephen A. Smith or none of them talk. I don't know. They probably did, but I just remember us being on ESPN, all the sports channels and all like that, and them debating, they was like, it's Ray Lewis' last ride, or you got this hungry 49ers team. It was like, oh my goodness. But it was in New Orleans, and I was like, dang. That was the Super Bowl I really wanted to go to, but, it was just so expensive. Super Bowls are expensive. And, I was like, dang, if it was a little, like, feels like in New York or something. And I'm like, tickets still would have been high anyway. But I mean, it was just a good time, you know, a good experience too. And I mean, I was so happy. I was so happy. I was like, I wanted to get off like around 4:30. Said thank you so much. I was so happy for that. So that's my memory, y'all. The Ravens and the 49ers. Like I said, I always think about it because I know tomorrow is the Super Bowl. So I was like, man, it was a good time. It was. And I mean, and of course, I always remember me and my mother, we danced. We said, we gotta ring. Whoa, oh, 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 whoa, whoa, oh, oh. We was doing that. I think my grandmother, she was recording us. I mean, we was dancing. We couldn't believe it. And then we was counting down. Y'all, we was counting down 2 minutes, 1 minute. Joe Flacco need the ball. So, oh my God, that's it. Like, we won. Like, whew. But, hey, that's Super Bowl memory. Ravens, 49ers. That's, waiting for more Super Bowls. Come on down. I want to get another new memory. Come on, Lamar. Woo!